Hey y'all, long time no see. Alyse here from Playing with Alyse. Welcome back to my channel if you've been here before. If not, definitely go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on any other videos from me. I focus on budget planning and I'm starting to dabble a little bit in Plan with Me's in my personal planner also, so stay tuned for those videos. But let's jump right into this video, which is the monthly budget for August 2019. We have a few new things added into our budget for this month. Well, starting this month until it's paid off, basically. So let's get into that so that we can see if we can afford it. Alright, and so first on our budget, as always, we're going to start off with our mortgage. First, let me write that this is for August. And I'm going to zoom in too once we start actually filling out the information. So I'm just going to go and list everything first, and then we can go back and put in the dollar amounts. And I'm more than likely going to speed through this so that you don't have to sit and watch me write all of this out. Alright, so these are all of our regular monthly bills. As you can see, it is a lot. And so I'm gonna go ahead and fill out the monetary amount for all of these, and then we'll go to our expenses for the month and add everything up and see if hopefully we can cover the amount. So for mortgage, and what I do when I write my budget, and I actually started a line too high, so that sucks, but I don't really need it over there anyway, so it'll still work. But I always start, oop, did it get too bright on you again? Let's fix that. But I always put up here the budgeted, header, actual, and then plus or minus, so that I can have those columns to fill out. And I start from over here and count 6 over, put plus or minus, go 6 over, do actual, 6 over, do budgeted. So we'll do that before we put in the money amounts. Okay, and so now I know where to write everything when I'm filling this out. So for our mortgage, it's going to be $1676.28. Our loan is $105. Oh, and I'm using Parkoo pens, the erasable pens from them. They're gel, and they come in black, red, green, blue, purple, a lighter blue, and pink. Hold on, I'll show you the actual pack. So this is the package. They're clicker pens. I've had pens from them before, but they were just the stick pens that had the cap. And on these, the way that you click them open is to push this down, and that's what brings the pen out. Push it again, pen goes back in, and the top of it is how you can erase. So if you accidentally make a line like this, then you just use the top to erase it off. And the way that it works, it uses friction to heat up the ink basically, and it makes the ink disappear. So if you are somewhere where it's really cold and you have erased something off, it has to be really cold though. The ink will reappear, so just watch out for that. I received these from Parkoo to review for them. I haven't made a video since then, but I have been using them and I do like how they work. The colored pens, they are a little on the light side. Let me see if I can go back to an old budget. All right, so this shows the green and the red ink. This is what I use them for. Categories that are under budget, I write in green, and then the ones that are over budget, I write in red. And they are a little on the light side. The black is a little light too, but I don't mind it. It still is pretty prominent on the paper, but sometimes I do have to go over the green and the red when I write with those. But it writes really smooth. I like the little click. It did take me a while to find out how to how to bring the pen out, because I was like, it's not pushing in, it's broken. And my husband was like, forget you, sucker. But yeah, so I do like using these though. I do love that they're erasable because I usually make a mistake every time I fill out my budget. I either write something in the wrong place, or I just make a random line for no reason while I'm writing, or the way that I put my columns and stuff in, I separate it with lines and I'll put the line up too high. So erasable pens really come in handy. Short part of this story, and these work pretty good for me. I have not used the friction pens that everybody raves about to compare them to that, but as far as just these, I'm pretty satisfied with them. So if you are interested in these pens, I'll leave a link down in the description box. I don't get any money from it. This is just a regular review of me saying what I like about the pens. But now let's get back to this budget. Again, no more distractions. And so for our phone bill, it's gonna be $60.35. American Express is $37 this month. It's usually $35. And this is one of the new additions to our budget. So Windows. I have another YouTube channel. It's my main channel, and then this is just my planning channel basically. But on my main channel, I recently uploaded a video showing us getting our windows replaced in our guest bedroom. That's where I am right now. But I showed our process of doing that and our review of the company that we used. But anyway, that's not important. We got new windows, and that's how much it is for the interest for right now. And so we're paying that off until further notice. And also my mother-in-law inherited our pawpaw's truck when he passed away, and she gave it to William because we do kind of need a second vehicle. We used to have two. We had a wreck, got down to one. Then our one car that my husband had since high school graduation or college, either the beginning of college or high school graduation, I always forget, but that finally clunked out on us. So we got our current car, which is a 2016 Chevy Cruze. I think it's a 16, either 16 or 17, but that's not important. But getting the truck from our pawpaw, it needed new tires, and so we bought the tires on our American Express card, and we're gonna pay it off in 6 payments off of that with this Planet Pay It thing that they have, where you don't have to pay any interest on it. And so we're doing that, and we got points from that card for doing that, for making that purchase on it. So that's one thing that I do recommend keeping a card for, is just for the points and getting extra perks and all that kind of stuff from using it, as long as you know that you can pay it off. And so next is Capital One, $26. And Tri-Eagle, which is our electric bill, is $74.12. We did run our air conditioner like nobody's business last month, so I'm not too surprised, but I don't think we have seen an electric bill that high since we've lived in this house. I may be mistaken though. I can go back through our budgets and see, but it caught me by surprise. Then for Bank of America, it's $48. Our gas bill has not come out yet, but I'm gonna put $26. Our rooms to go bill is $22. This is our next debt that we're paying off. We currently have $313.30 left on it. So the minimum payment is $22, and we're debating on if we're gonna pay that off or put it towards another thing that we could pay off instead. This doesn't have any interest being accrued right now, and we're thinking about maybe paying off care credit first, because we bought a day bed recently using this card, but it hasn't hit the account yet. So we're like, what's the point in paying that balance off if we're about to start back paying off that day bed? And this has, I think, right under $500 for the balance on it. And once we pay that off, it'll be paid off completely until next year when our dog goes back to the vet. If we use it, we might be able to use cash if we start planning for it, but we'll see about that. And so for our farmer's bill, this is for our car insurance, $190.33. We have our house insurance through them too, but it is paid all in one whop every year. And for my iPhone, it's $35. Netflix is $14.06. The only student loan we have left to pay is this one, which is mine, and it's $76.84. If you did not see, was it this one? Yes, in July, we paid off my husband's very last student loan. It was through Mohila, which is a bank or something, I don't know, used in Missouri a lot. But we paid off his very last student loan with them last month, so we're really excited about that. We only have this student loan left to pay off, and then we'll be out of that kind of debt, and we'll basically just have cards left for our debt, except for our house and car. And care credit is $28. Our Discover card is $77 this month. Taxes is $90. Life insurance is $73.03. Trash $17.21. Water hasn't come out yet. It doesn't come out till closer to the end of the month, but I'm gonna put $76 because it's been like $75 and some change lately. Internet is $104.20. And our car note is $241.68. And so the total for all of that is $3,308.69. And now that I have that filled in, I'm just gonna put these two lines just because I'm weird and it's kind of bothering me that they're not there yet. I started, usually when I make my budget, I put the lines in first and then fill out my budget like that. But every now and then I accidentally make the lines too short or something. I don't have enough space in between. And to keep from having to erase, I decided maybe I should just write in the information and then put the lines. So that's what I'm doing. And then once we fill out this part down here with our expenses, I'll go back in and make the vertical lines to separate the columns out. But now the interesting part of the budget, I don't really care about the bills. They're usually the same, but our expenses change every month depending on what we've got going on. So that's what I look forward to in budgeting. And so I just write expenses first. Then the same as we had up here. Oh, didn't put my dollar signs. I need my dollar signs, y'all. And I make a space here over one from where the other dollar signs are so that I can put either plus or minus right there. Right, and so here, got budgeted, actual, plus or minus. And stay tuned for my first week of August budget. That's the video that I'm going to recap our July budget on to see how we did on that, since our last paycheck budget for July actually goes up to August 1st. I won't be able to see how we did for the whole month until August starts. So stay tuned for that too. All right, now let's get into these expenses. We have our groceries. Gas, tithes, savings. If you hear little footsteps, that is my dog running through the house. Eating out, entertainment, William, Alyse, miscellaneous, and that's it. So we're gonna try and do a no spend month this month. We shall see how that goes. That's why, just in case, I put eating out and entertainment on there, because you never know. The spirit is weak sometimes. And it's not really, I guess I'll rephrase it, it's not really gonna be a no spend, it's just gonna be a low spend. And so for our groceries, the amount that we have, and I know I'm moving this thing all over the place, but I feel like I'm not in frame. All right, so for our groceries, it's gonna be $120 this month. I had brought it up to $160, but I think we have everything leveled back out now. So I'm taking it back down to the usual $120. Our gas is $120. It's usually right under $30 each week that we have to fill up the car. But I will have to increase this now since we are getting the truck, but we'll see how that all works out. And for our tithes this month, I'm putting $446.54. Savings $200. Eating out just $50 for the month. Entertainment also $50. $100 for me and William. $100 for miscellaneous. And that is it. Let me add this up really quickly. And I got $1286.54. Let me know if you got something different. now we can put our lines in again and then add both of those up to see what the total amount budgeted for August is. It just makes me feel a lot better putting these lines in. I could not tell you why. Now the Big Bertha. Zoom you back out so you can see the full thing. Oops, my bad. I don't know what it is about these lines. They're so satisfying to me. But I need them in my life. And I forgot to put the line all the way down. It's supposed to basically go to the bottom of the page. But we'll just pretend that that was already there. Alrighty, and so 1286.54 plus 3308.69 gives us 4595.23 for our total monthly budget. Oops, see, for some reason I wanted to write 26, and that's when the eraser comes in handy. And I'm erasing the 2 also just because. 23. And let's see. All right, looks like we are pushing it this month. So our rollover amount is coming out to $97.09 for this month. And I like to have a rollover amount so that we can have something to start with at the beginning of the next month. But that is it for our budget for August. Thank y'all for sitting around and watching me fill this out. Hopefully it motivated you to write out your budget as well for the month. It is a great way to track how much money you are spending in certain categories. We are still a work in progress on our groceries. That's one of the only categories that we go over each month. We have done better. We went under a few times in July, and some weeks we paid $0 for groceries, so that's even better. But yeah, everybody has something that they need to work on their budget, and tracking it definitely helps you do that. So I would highly recommend at least doing a monthly budget just to track what you're doing and to see what you can improve on or what you are doing great in already. But thank y'all for watching this video. I will see y'all later on my next week 1 of August video, doing our budget for that paycheck, and I will see y'all then. Bye y'all.